This time we're going to create a 3D model of this component. So first thing that we do is to create the lower part of the component. So I'm going to use the X-line command. So the point will be 0, 0 along the X-axis and Y-axis. So I'm going to use offset command with a distance of 3.31 units. I wanted to offset this vertical X-line and then offset again with a distance of 1.36 units. So the horizontal X-line, and then we're going to trim out the excess line that we have here. So trim tool or the trim command. So let's trim that and this side as well. So we have our base. So this is a rectangle. So I'm going to rotate our view. Then I'm going to join our objects using the join command, and then I'm going to extrude the 2D object that we have here. So click that and extrude the object. So for the extrusion height, it would be 0.31 units. So that is the lower part of our component. Now let's make this side of the component. So first I'm going to change the coordinate to this face of the object. And then I'm going to use the X line for the reference line, this side as well, and in the midpoint, also the horizontal X line. I think it's better to have an X line here as well. So here we have that. So I'm going to use offset with a distance of 1.88 units. So this horizontal X line, we're going to offset that. And then I wanted to trim this X line here, this vertical X line. Then I'm going to offset with a distance of 0.88. So I wanted to offset this X line, this vertical X line. And then I'm going to hide for now the 3D object that we have here. So there. So this intersection will be the center of our circle. So create a circle. So this would be the center of our circle, that intersection. So for the radius of the circle would be 0.68 units. And again, for the small circle, we're going to create a smaller circle here with a radius of 0.28 units. So I'm going to use the copy command to copy this two circles and this intersection for the base and paste it here. So now we can delete this X line, this one. Now we have that. I'm going to have a P line here above this. I think we're going to check the snapping, so we need to enable the quadrant snapping. And then P line again. Then here at the top of the circle, same thing here. Also here at the lower part of the circle. And then, yeah, that's it. I'm going to delete this horizontal X line and this one too. And then I'm going to trim this this X line or the excess line that we have. So use the trim again, trim tool to trim this. Let's trim that. Let's trim the unnecessary line or curves that we don't need. There. This one. So I'm going to use the fillet command to have a radius for this side and this side. So for the radius of the fillet would be 0.21 units. So this side and that curve, this line and this curve. So there. So we're going to end the isolation of the object, and then I'm going to use the press spool command. So choose the area that we wanted to extrude. So there, for the thickness, it would be 0.38 units. So that's it. So we're going to change the coordinate to world coordinate, and then that we have the side of the component. Now we wanted to combine them. Use the union command to combine this to 3D object. Confirm that. So this is our let's change the visual style to shade of grays. So that is our component. So I'm going to change the visual style to 2D wireframe. Now we're going to make the other side of the component. So here I'm going to change the coordinates of our component to this face here. Just accept that. So I'm going to use X-line again in this endpoint. Also same here in this endpoint. Also the middle and a horizontal X-line. And then I think it's better to have this here as well. So I'm going to have an offset with a distance of 1.88. So I wanted to offset this horizontal X-line. So I'm going to delete that. Now we have that. I think we need to have a circle. We're going to have a circle. So this intersection would be the center of the circle that we have. So the radius is 0.68. 0.68. So yeah, that's it. So I think yeah, I'm going to use the trim tool to trim out the unnecessary line that we don't need it. So trim that as well. Delete that. Not cut. We just have to trim it. That one. I think it's better to hide the object first, the 3D object. Hide that. And then we're going to delete the this object. No, not that. This objects. Now, so there. So I'm going to offset the horizontal line. So this horizontal line with a distance of 0.75. So that. And then use the trim tool to trim the circle. And then create a circle. So the circle, the radius of the circle, I think the circle have a diameter of 0.56. So D for the diameter, and then the diameter is 0.56. So again, copy this circle, which is the smaller circle, this one. So copy that. This is the base point, and this would be the another or the copy of the circle. So let's delete this X line, trim those excess line that we don't need, then delete this X line. So there, that's our other side of the component. So we're going to unhide the isolation of the object that we have. So I'm going to use the press spool command again. So let's click this area, and then the thickness would be 0.31 units. So I'm going to use union command to combine this objects, which I mean the 3D objects that we have. And then I'm going to hide this for now. hide that and delete this 2D object that we have, and then end the isolation. So change the coordinate to world coordinates and we're done. So this is our 3D model.